Good evening and welcome to my live broadcast, second live broadcast this evening. As we continue the awareness, creating awareness for Nigeria, disintegration and the restoration of Biafra Republic. Thank you for joining me this evening. I am continuing from where I stopped here. Akon Stedman, thank you for joining me. Ebuka Amobi, thank you for joining me. Otale Nda, thank you for joining me. Madabuchi, Shola Festus, Emi Okoye, thank you for joining me. Uche Ukoha, thank you for joining me. I am continuing from where I stopped yesterday about Biafra and about the Eastern Nigeria. I am continuing this history for those of you in the so-called South who don't know that you are a Biafran. So join me, tag your friends from this one they called South. Tag your friends, tag them, invite them to this page. I want to continue where I stopped yesterday, and of course this is very late. It is going to be brief, but it is time we lecture these people, because the Biafra agitation, the Biafra referendum is not a child play. There is nothing anybody can do to stop Biafra from coming. It is either Biafra or Biafra. It is either you join the Biafra or you pack your bag and your baggages and move to Sambisa forest when the time comes. So this education we are giving you now is part of the struggle. So you don't say nobody explained to you. You don't say had I known. And like I'm telling you this history, it is something that is publicly available. It is in public domain. But I am going to tell you the story, and if anybody have any contrary or anything that is different from what I'm going to tell you this evening, the person is allowed to bring it to social media for debate. But for now, listen to the history. If you are from Rivers State, I am going to lecture you this evening. If you are not from Rivers State, but you are still contemplating and doubting whether this thing we are talking about Rivers State, whether it is Biafra, whether it is Southeast, come and take your seat and listen to this gospel. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Chimezo Okonkwo will be waiting for 700 viewers, and we go. Obu Ebuche, thank you for joining me. Ogado Austin, thank you for joining me. Chika Ozo, thank you for joining me. Elon Frank Kenechi, thank you for joining me. Sorry. This evening, I want to specially recognize IPOB South Africa. IPOB South Africa. I want to thank you, IPOB South Africa. You people are doing tremendous well. I want to encourage you, IPOB South Africa, to continue the good work you are doing. You guys are formidable. I want to also commend IPOB Australia. IPOB Australia. If you people are watching this video, I am thanking you people, recognizing you people. Your efforts are something that is immeasurable. You people are doing wonderfully. And I want to also commend the IPOB Canada, IPOB Canada. This IPOB has become the biggest platform for Biafra agitation, and they are all over the world. And this is what makes IPOB the biggest, the historical agitation, our agitators of Biafra Republic. We have to give them credit. These guys has done wonderfully well. These guys are doing something tremendously well for Biafra, for freedom of Biafra people, and we ought to acknowledge each and every one of them. I will be mentioning other IPOB as time goes on in my next brokers, but today I want to specially acknowledge IPOP South Africa, IPOP Australia, and IPOP Canada. And of course, those of you other agitating group that are from South Africa, that are from Australia, and that are from Canada. You guys are doing wonderful well. We are seeing your work. It is time to encourage you all, encourage every one of you. I want to thank the coordinator in Canada, those coordinators in Canada, whoever they are. You guys should not relent. You guys should continue to push. There is no going back in Biafra struggle. Those coordinators in South Africa, I want to commend your effort. Those coordinators in Australia that's supervising New Zealand and all that, I want to commend your effort. You guys are doing wonderful well, and we are watching. And then, so this evening, I am going to continue from where I stopped yesterday. I told you history and story about the eastern Nigeria, that what we know Biafra today. And in the afternoon, I also told you about the Igbo. When they say Igbo man, there is nothing like Igbo man. There is nothing like Igbo man. Anybody, because this is the thing that the Fulanis and the Caliphate used to brainwash the people of Biafra, and then used to divide the people of Biafra, that anytime they come, they tell you, Igbo man is dominating you, Igbo man is this, Igbo man is that. I've told you today, there is nothing like Igbo man. What we have is, we are Biafrans and we speak Igbo language. We are Biafran and we speak Igbo language. There is nothing like Igbo man. There is nothing like Igbo people, or that Igbo man is dominating you. 700, here we go. So, I told you yesterday about the eastern region of Nigeria, that is what we know today as Biafra. And I told you also the cities that the eastern Nigeria in 1954, that were nothing like South, Southeast, or whatever. Everybody were one, and we were called Biafra people. And there are three major groups in this Biafra. The major group are the Igbo-speaking people, the Ijaw, and the Ibibio of Biafra. But today, I have explained that, and the video is available for you to watch. And then also, I mentioned about the boundaries of Biafra, and then I mentioned the Bight of Biafra and Bight of Benin. So today, I will continue with how the economy of eastern region of Nigeria were run during the 1950s. Now, the economy of Biafra in 1954, or during the 1950s, the economy of Biafra, the trade in palm produce was dominant feature in the economy of eastern Nigeria. Though not indigenous to the region, the palm tree provided front for roofing of houses in the villages, palm wine for drinking, and palm kernels as source of foreign exchange income. After World War II, prices sought for palm produce skyrocketed, and by 1954, palm produce generated an income of over 54 million pounds. 54 million pounds. This is in 1954. It generated 54 million pounds. That was a huge money. Nigeria today cannot generate equivalent of this. The whole of Nigeria today cannot generate equivalent of 54 million pounds without the oil. Today, Nigeria cannot generate this money, 54 million pounds, that this eastern region of Nigeria generated in 1954. And from this agriculture, Nigeria of today cannot generate this amount. And do you know the reason? Do you know the reason Nigeria of today cannot generate this amount? They cannot generate this amount because now you have people we called Dundees running the economy of Nigeria. Fulani Dundees, Fulani Dumps are the one that is overseeing the economy of Nigeria. And the only thing they rely on is appointing Fulani people to hold the position in oil and gas. There is nothing else they know how to do. They don't know how to run an economy. They don't know how to create jobs. The only thing they want to do is to kill Nigerians to make sure that they continue to supervise oil exploitation in Biafra land. And today, this Nigeria as a whole, over 200 million people, 36 states cannot generate the income the eastern region of Nigeria generated in 1954. They generated from ordinary agriculture and palm kernels and all that. They generated 54 million pounds. The equivalent of this amount cannot be generated by Nigeria today, apart from the oil. This is a fact. Now, however, the prices stabilized by the middle of the 1950s. Employment in farming and agriculture was a significant source of income for many residents engaged in yam farming and fishery. You see, they engaged in yam farming and fishery, and this were a source of employment. Today, in Biafra land, you can't fish because the oil companies, they have polluted the water. The whole of Ijaw land are polluted. Nobody can fish again, and they have rendered people jobless in Ijaw land. Those who were living by fishing and all that, they cannot fish today, and there is no alternative. Now, in the 60s, in 1960s, the government promoted rubber, coca, and palm grove scheme to increase the output of cash crops. The government also established farm settlement at Ohaji, Ibariam, Boki, Ulonna, Erei, Uzo Uwani, and Ekpa to encourage agriculture. All these cities I'm mentioning now are located in different parts of eastern region called Biafra. Now, trading of goods was also major part of regional economy. And when you see some learned people, some educated people in Nigeria today shouting, we want to go back to the 50s, how Nigeria were run in the 50s, you think they are fools. This is what those people are talking about. Now, trading of goods was also a major part of the regional economy. In 1954, imports to the region was about 25 million pounds a year, which were brought into the country by a few European firms, but distributed by thousands of traders within the region. You see, the trade in imports or imported goods such as dried fish, motor parts, textiles goes on along with the trade in local foodstuff. And this were how the eastern region of Nigeria economy were run in the 50s. In industry, the coal mines in Enugu, managed by the Nigeria Coal Corporation, the Niger Steel rolling mills, which use steel scrap to produce mined steel bar, were one of the few coal mines and steel plants in corporation in West Africa as a whole in 1963. Today, can you beat your chest and talk about the coal mining in Enugu? Nigeria, the Fulanis have killed the coal mining in Enugu. They killed it. They focus in oil. They killed this coal mining in Enugu, and now all they channel all their energy in oil exploitation. Now, the United States, during the NCNC-led government, a cement factory was established at Nkalago. Nkalago today is in Ebonyi State. Nkalago is part of Ebonyi State. And you see, when this Nkalago cement industry were established, they established this cement industry or factory in Nkalago, and at the same time, simultaneously, they established Nigeria Brewery. They choose a stout factory at Aba. At Aba. Today, what are you going to say about Nigeria Brewery in Aba? Everything now is channeled to Lagos. Nigeria Brewery, Lagos. But what are you going to talk about if you go or visit the site of this Nigeria Brewery in Aba today? It is more than abandoned property. Just the way Nkalago cement has been abandoned. They make sure they rubbish every natural resources, every factory that were set up in the 50s in the eastern part of Nigeria to make sure they render the region, the Biafra region, useless. They focus. Now, every focus is on Nigeria Brewery in Lagos. If you go there, everything is there. But this factory that were built in Abia State, where is it? What is the function today? This Nkalago cement, what is the function today? Because they came and gave license to Dangote cement. And immediately they empower this Dangote, this caliphate businessman, and every other business, anybody that does any cement business, they killed the business. They killed Ibeto cement. They killed Nkalago cement because you have to patronize Dangote. And today, even the Dangote cement is cheaper in Benin Republic. He sells higher in Nigeria. And when you go to Benin Republic to buy Dangote cement, it is cheaper. You buy it cheaper in Benin Republic than in Nigeria. That is why when I look at people sharing pictures of this Dangote refinery, this is going to employ 70,000 Nigeria, is going to employ this, employ that, I just laugh. Because you people brain has been caged and put inside bag and close it. Nobody is thinking anymore. They extract everything from your body and they throw bone to you. You will say 70,000 people will be. What you have to ask yourself, what impact has Dangote cement done to Nigeria people, especially in real estate? Is the cement, Dangote cement, cheap? How many people in Nigeria today can build a house and afford Dangote cement? How many of you can afford Dangote cement? But this is something that is coming from Nigeria soil, which should be very cheap. But Dangote is exploiting Nigerians, and they will say Dangote this, Dangote that. When Ibeto wanted to flood Nigeria market with cement, Ibeto wanted to sell cement even 100 naira. Ibeto, who is a Biafra man, was ready to sell cement 100 naira. They frustrated Ibeto in Nigeria, Dangote and Co. And today you are shouting Dangote refinery, Dangote refinery. When that refinery is finally working, when that refinery will start to work, you are going to buy fuel higher than you are buying it today. Go and mark it. It is going to be of no impact. It is just a way for Fulani to continue to exploit you. If we begin to investigate, if we begin to investigate who are shareholders in Dangote company today, Now, this is something that should be public. Nigeria should know who are shareholders in Dangote company. When you check this information, you will be shocked of those who are shareholders in Dangote company. It is the same Fulani people. What they do is that they make sure that Dangote has every license so that their shares in Dangote company will continue to rise. They will be pumping billions of taxpayers' money in Dangote's company. And then, by proxy, they will give all license to Dangote. Why can't Nigeria, if Nigeria is a same country, why can't then open everything to be competitive? Competition. Let people who has money, Nigerians, come in and compete with Dangote. You will see only Ibeto will send Dangote packing. If Nigeria today is a country of equity, fairness, let them allow Ibeto to come into Nigeria with Ibeto cement. You will see everybody will afford building house in Nigeria. But they will not do that because all the government officials from the military head of state, all of them are shareholders in Dangote. And today, when they are telling you Dangote is the richest man in Africa, let them allow fair play for other people from Nigeria to do business in Nigeria, especially let us start from Ibeto that we know. Let them allow, they have been fighting Ibeto since 2015 when this evil government coming. They started fighting Ibeto. Ibeto had billions and billions tons of cement in the sea. But let them allow Ibeto now to flood the Nigeria market with cement, and you will see you are going to buy bag of cement 200 naira. But they will not do that because the people who are making this law and giving license to Dangote have shares, all of them in Dangote company. That is by the way. So, when they say Dangote is going to employ 70,000 people, 70 this, 70, you people are jumping up. Meanwhile, when this refinery starts working, when it becomes operational, the price of fuel will not change. It is going to be an avenue to continue to exploit southern Nigeria, because how many of them in the north are using car? How many of them are using car that are buying fuel? In the southern part of Nigeria, every Tom and Jerry have car. Every Tom and Jerry have generator. Every Tom and Jerry have motorcycle. So you will buy fuel. The biggest, you are the biggest target, because all these people you see, millions of them roaming in the street of north. How many of them are buying any machine that are consuming fuel? None. But in the southern part of Nigeria, you have millions and millions and millions of cars every day, and they are using fuel. So if Dangote refinery start working today, they will exploit you, and the price of fuel per liter can never change. If you think that the price is going to change, take a look at what is happening in Dangote cement today. Like I said, it is cheaper in Benin Republic. Go and price Dangote cement in Benin Republic and come to Nigeria and price it in Nigeria and check the difference. It is cheaper in Benin Republic than in Nigeria, a country where the cement is being produced. That is wickedness, exploitation of Nigerians. And every year, he is competing on who is becoming the biggest or richest man in Africa. Meanwhile, the impact is in Nigeria is not being felt. And these people will say, he's employing thousands of people. He's employing 17, he's going to employ 70,000. What is the impact if you are exploiting 200 million people and then employing 70,000 people? What is the impact? It is minus. It is minus. Let's even say that, okay, if you are exploiting 100 million people in Nigeria and you are employing 70,000, it is minus. It doesn't make any impact. 70,000 people is not up to 500,000, but you are exploiting 100 million people. Do you people, can you do the mathematics? This is a simple arithmetic that you come and employ 70,000 people, but you are exploiting over 100 million Nigerians. And you say he is creating job. What kind of job? What kind of job are you creating? 70,000 people. What impact? If you minus 70,000 people from 200 million, it is as if you went to ocean and fetch a water with a bucket. The impact is not being felt anywhere. Even all the employer or all the people he has employed, the employees and all that, the impact is not being felt, and it can never be felt because he is out for exploitation. But they cannot allow people from Biafra to compete with him because they are in government. And that is one of the reasons they are fighting and killing you, to make sure they maintain power. So that people like Dangote will continue to exploit them, and meanwhile they have shares in Dangote company and they are indirectly exploiting Nigerians. You see? So now, let us go to see how these things works. Now, when we talk about the oil, this Eastern Nigeria did on tobacco and glass making. Glass making plant was located at Port Harcourt. The question I will ask you today, you that is watching me, do you have any knowledge? Do you have anything? Thank you, my own Samuel Ofa, for joining me. Do you have any knowledge? Do you have anything to say about this glass plant that was located in Port Harcourt? Do you have anything to talk about it? Is it functional today? Is this glass plant that was located in Port Harcourt in the 50s, in Biafra land, in the eastern region of Nigeria, in the 50s, we already have glass plant. What is the fate of this glass plant under Nigeria today? I want you people in River State, in Port Harcourt, to go and do the finding. Go and do the finding. In 1954, in 1950s, we already have glass plant, glass manufacturing plant in Port Harcourt. But under Nigeria as a country, what is the fate and what is the status of this plant today? Whether it is still in existence, nobody knows. But I want you who are in Port Harcourt, because it is in the heart of this place that most of you are saying Biafra this, Biafra that. Go and check whether you still have this glass plant in Port Harcourt. And then, oil mining. Oil mining in the region started by Shell, the Archie, in 1937. In 1937, they started oil mining. The oil in 1937 did not yield commercial quantity until 1957, but by 1965, oil was promising source of income. You see, in 1937, they started the oil mining. Oil mining started in 1937 by Shell. This Shell that have destroyed Biafra land today started in 1937. And remember that by this time, by this 1937, Biafra income were based on agriculture. The Eastern region, their economy were based on agriculture. This oil did not yield any commercial quantity until 1957, but by 1965, oil was promising source of income. And when you check when oil became the source of income, that was the beginning of the war against Biafra people. That was when the Fulani in the north, immediately they rebelled and began to kill Biafrans. Because as in 1965, oil became the promising source of income. And for you to understand what was going on, because of the regional government of the eastern Nigeria. And because oil that was discovered since 1937, or that was at least started, the mining started in 1937, but nobody from the north cared about the oil because it was not source of income for the eastern region of Nigeria. Until 1965, immediately they see that oil has become source of income, they begin to rebel against eastern region of Nigeria. The scheme and planning against Biafrans started immediately. The killings and the killing in the north and annihilation of Igbos and Biafra, only the target was that oil has become source of income. And that continues. Now, the statutory corporation in the old, I will not use the word old eastern region because there is nothing like that, but in Biafra land, the task of managing the trade and the income earned in palm oil kernel was given to the Eastern Nigeria Marketing Board and the Eastern Nigeria Finance Corporation. The Eastern Nigeria Marketing Board came into effect in 1954. And these are the people that generated the income and run the economy of the Eastern Nigeria in 1954. And was given the responsibility to manage the region's cash and export crops. The board assigned grade to palm produce according to free fatty acid content and then assigned produce prices to each grade. Today, Nigeria of today, the Eastern Nigeria under Nigeria government today, do you still have this oil produce? Do you still have this palm produce? Do you still have this palm kernel business? Or is it that, what is this palm kernel used for? Today in Nigeria, they compelled Eastern Nigeria to abandon this agricultural economy to focus and start struggling for oil. And today, they abandon the system that they created because the Nigeria system compelled them after the war. Compelled them. All the properties of Biafra were seized. They say abandon property. And when the people who own the property came to claim their property, they say abandon property. When the person have not been killed, when the person were still alive, you went to your property, you say abandon property. And this abandoned property happened in Biafra land. In this same place now, these same people now that are claiming that Biafra this, Biafra that. They were brainwashed because oil was found and they abandoned the agricultural economy and now everybody focus in oil. And today, from far north, from northeast, from West Africa, from Senegal, from wherever they come from, all the Fulani, they come from everywhere they come from West Africa and from North Africa. They came to Nigeria from far north. They are controlling the oil in Biafra land, in Ijo. They are controlling the oil. They appoint MDs. They appoint petroleum minister, all of them from the north. All these people controlling the oil in Biafra land today from the north. Do you see the distance from north to Biafra land where they come to control your natural resources? And all you can do is to form militant. To form militant and start oil bunkering. And most of you will do anything to continue to be an oil bunker. All you can do is to form militant. You form militant, you carry gun, you go and start kidnapping foreigners who are working in oil company. You carry gun, you go and start blowing pipeline. You think you blow pipeline and you allow people, you allow somebody from Senegal, you allow somebody from Northern Africa, you allow somebody from Northeast to come and take over your natural resources, and all you can do is to form militancy. It is a shame. Now, the solution for you to take this shame out of yourself, out of your generation, out of your family, out of your region, is by joining force with Biafra agitators to take your resources back. It is not by militancy. You cannot continue to carry gun and blowing pipeline, and you say, I'm going to blow pipeline. You blow pipeline. You go and kidnap people who are working. You go and bomb pipeline. You become oil bunker team. You have your oil bunkering team. You go and bunker oil. You sell in black market. You are making money. You are building house. This is a cowardly attitude. It is time you stop your militancy. It is time you come. The world is changing. We are in 21st century. We are in civilization. It is time you join hand with Biafra agitators. It is not the time for militancy. It is not the time for kidnapping foreigners. It is not the time for killing expatriates. It is not the time for doing all this hostility. It is time you join hand with IPOB. It is time you join hand with other genuine agitating group for Biafra restoration, to restore your dignity, to restore your country back, to restore your region back, to restore your natural resources back. And it is not militancy. How many years can you be bunkering oil? How many years can you be doing oil bunkering? How many years will you continue to kidnap innocent people who are innocent of this crime committed and being committed by people from the northern Nigeria? How many years are you going to be carrying gun in Greek? How many years will you subject your life to degrading treatment by yourself, by living like animal, carrying gun and hiding like criminals, even in your own land? How many years are you going to do that? A lot of you have done it all your life. And when you that have been the tools that most of these people are being used to commit atrocities in Niger Delta, in Biafra land, in the Greek, you will come to say, like somebody like Asaridu Kubo. Asaridu Kubo, who cannot honestly, I have to be tough on you today, Asaridu Kubo. You don't have shame. You don't have shame. There is no single shame on you, Asaridu Kubo. And after telling you this, I will still respect you. But I have to be very hard on you today. There is no shame on you to come to publicly say that amnesty belongs to Ijaw people. Amnesty belongs to Ijaw people. What a shame. It is not time for militancy. It is not time for militancy. It is time to join hands together with other people agitating for Biafra, to restore your land, to take your properties, to take your natural resources and control your natural resources by yourself. You cannot continue to do oil pongering and continue to wait on the government to give you amnesty. Amnesty for what? I remember you say you don't want to take amnesty. According to you submitted the highest guns. You submitted thousands of guns. You were saying it by yourself. It is not about guns anymore. If we need guns to fight Biafra war for the second time. We don't need guns to start fighting and bunkering oil and bombing oil pipeline and whatever. And you are not ashamed. You come publicly, and people who are nomadic, people who don't go to school, people who don't think like human beings, the only thing they know how to do is to go with cows in the forest. They come all the way from other African countries. First of all, they arrive in the northeast of Nigeria. They arrive in Katsina State. They arrive in Borno State, and they stay there for 10 years and 20 years. They ship them and move them back to Biafra land. And then all of a sudden, Most of them who went to school in the quota system in the north, they appoint them oil minister, they appoint them MD of Shell, they come to Niger Delta and start controlling your oil. And all you can do is to form militancy and start fighting them and start kidnapping foreigners from Italy, from Germany, who come to work there, who are innocent and who don't know nothing. And you are not ashamed. It is time, people of Biafra in the other side of the riverine area, it is time you join hand with us. Let us get our natural resources back from the hands of Fulanis. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. If you who are MEND member, if you belong to MEND, and each time you go and bomb oil pipeline, it is a shame. It is a shame. It is time you channel your oil bombing and your oil bunkering and pipeline bunkering to Biafra agitation and disintegration of Nigeria. How many years will you continue to bunker oil and bomb pipeline? What has he changed? It is only the little money and the little thing you make, and you continue to live in denial. When you get Biafra, the Niger Delta, which is the Ijos, and whichever tribe that makes up Niger Delta, they have the monopoly, they will have the right, autonomous right to control their natural resources, which is this oil that Fulanis are controlling from the north. We, the Igbo-speaking Biafrans, will not interfere in your oil. You will have autonomy. Democracy started from Biafra. We know how to run government. We know how to run democracy. It started from us. And that is why we are not looking at oil. In fact, even the oil in Igbo-speaking Biafra, the oil in this region that are Igbo-speaking region of Biafra, we will not be interested in it. We will not be interested in it because when you look at it, far back as 1954, we don't care about the oil. The oil mining started 1937. From 1937 to 1957, how many years? 1937 to 1957, about 20 years. Then from 1957 to 1965, how many years? We did not care about that oil. We continue the economy of the Eastern region, which Ijaw people of today were part of, which all the South state of today were part of. We did not care about that oil. We focused on our agriculture. And we are making 54 million pounds, which Nigeria government cannot make today. So, how many years are you going to continue to bomb oil pipeline? MEND. How many years? It is a shame. Channel your energy and join hand with Biafra agitators. Asaridu Kubo, they say you have formed a new Biafra council. Good. Let it be genuine. We will support you. Let the thing you have formed now be genuine. We will support you. But whatever you do, whatever you are earning, or whatever achievement you are doing with your agitation, join it with IPOB. Join it with other agitating group. We are all one, fighting to get back our freedom. It is time you stop this, your talk and talk. You only bring in division. We are even suspecting whether as a Muslim you are being used as a tool to divide people of Biafra. Because the question anybody can ask you today is that if anything is happening in Ijaw land, and they pose you with a question. I have talked with a lot of people and everybody is pointing this thing. Asaridu Kubo, if something is about to happen to Ijaw people today, I know you are watching this video. I want to pose this question to you. And since you have become so vocal in social media, remember, this is not an insult. Remember, I am not fighting you. But the question I want to pose to you today as Asari Dokubo is this. If something is happening in Ijaw land today, and you have two options to choose your faith, Islamic faith, to save your Islamic faith in Ijaw land, or to save Ijaw nation, which one are you going to choose? I have discussed with a lot of people about this thing, and a lot of people are asking this question. And if you answer this question, a lot of people will come and join you and join your cause. If something, let me put the question again. If something is happening today in Ijaw land, and you are presented with two options. One is to save your faith, Islamic faith, in Ijaw land, or to save Ijaw nation. Which one are you going to choose? I want, since you are very vocal in social media these days, if you know Asari Dokubo, tag him, download this video and send to him. We need the answer. We are all fighting for freedom of our people. And Asari have tested, he has died and wake up. Let us even believe that. So we will respect him and give him that respect. For he has done something. He has done something as a militant, as a former or ex-militant, and we all respect him for that. But for now, it is not politics. It is not militancy. What we are doing now is not militancy. What we are doing now is not a terrorist organization. What we are doing now is not rebel militancy. What we are doing now is freedom, legitimate freedom. We are fighting legitimately for freedom of our people. So, Asari Dokubo, for the third time, I will pose this question. If something is happening today in Ijaw land, and you are presented with two options. One is to save your Islamic faith as a Muslim in Ijaw land. Two is to abandon your Islamic faith and save Ijaw people. Which one are you going to choose? I will be waiting for the answer to this question I pose to you today. And every other person that is joining this Biafra agitation or Biafra group that you are setting up, called Biafra Council, or what is it called? Everybody should know it is not militancy. Militancy is not a way to get Biafra. It is time we come and put our resources together. Militancy can be part of it, but it is now brain work. What we are now in a civilization. We are now in a global village. And the way what we are doing now is what we did not do in the 60s. The awareness we are creating now, when some people will come to say, you people are talking too much, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been reduced to commentator in Facebook or commentator in social media. I laugh at them because most of them are Fulanis. Most of them are, they are imposters. Because every reasonable Biafran, every reasonable man knows that what we are doing now is something that nobody has done, and it is the only way to create awareness, not only to people who are still bending like crayfish in Nigeria, that Nigeria is going to get better, but to the international community, to the entire world. We have succeeded in doing a lot of damages to Nigeria. The foundation of Nigeria has been shattered. What you see happening in Nigeria today, why everybody is still going to Senate and police is still working, military is still carrying gun, is what we call the last fight. It is an attitude of a dying horse. Nigeria has been destroyed by our truth, by our agitation, by the exposition we have done to Nigeria. Nigeria is zero in international community. Nobody respect Biafra, nobody respect Nigeria again. Nobody respect everything about Nigeria is scam. So, as I was saying, let me continue. Because, of course, this Asari Dokubo issue is very important because we need these people, we need these Ijaw people to understand that the lies that has been sold to them in those days cannot stand any longer. It is time we open their brain and let them understand. We are not begging anybody. If you don't want to be part of Biafra, you can join Nigeria and take your bag and leave Ijaw land and go to Sambisa Forest, because Ijaw land belongs to Biafra. From the if you think Ijaw land don't belong to Biafra, you go and read the history of Nigeria, and after that you educate yourself, and after that you can now make either swallow your pride in shame, or you join Biafra agitation, or you pack your bag and leave. You go to Sambisa forest where you can feel more comfortable with Boko Haram. Now, transportation. The community development was one of the initiatives of the NCNC-led Eastern Regional Government. The Eastern Regional Government in the 50s, in 1950s, and the phrase was also popular among community residents of villages and towns. Part of the initiative of the Community Development Ministry was the clearing of land and passable, literate, and earth road. In 1955, about 13,000 kilometers of road were cleared, but less than 10% were tied. Most of traveler uses lorries with expensive motors such as God's time is best, or no sweat, no sweet. To move between cities, the southern part of Nigeria, where tidal waterway and swamp dominated the vegetation. Most of you who were in those days, you remember the lorries, what we used to call gwongworo in Igbo language then. Gwongworo, lorries. That was the means of what they used to transport goods and crops and all the vegetable and agricultural products from cities to cities. Lorries. Then, in the southern part of the region, where tidal waterway and swamp, barks and river craft are used to transportation. The Nigeria railway line in the region run through Enugu. The Nigeria railway, as at 1950s, our railway was so functional that the railway run from Enugu, Umuahia, Aba, and Port Harcourt. When did the railway come back? It was Goodluck Jonathan that started the renovation and reconstruction of railway. But as at 1950, railway was functional, and we have our railway in Enugu that goes through Enugu, Umuahia, Aba, and Port Harcourt in the 50s. So tell me today, if the Eastern region were allowed to continue up to this 2020, by now we will be competing with Dubai. By now we will be competing with China, in fact Japan. By now we will have what we called computerized train in Biafra land of today. If we were allowed to continue this regional government, by now, we will be more than Dubai. Look at it today. No road. Onitsha, Enugu Expressway is no-go area. And by 1950s, we have about 10% of all the road in eastern Nigeria tied. In 1950s. Today, will you say you have 10% of the road in the eastern region tied? The answer is no. It is when you take one step forward in Nigeria, under Nigeria, if you take one step forward, you will go 10 steps backward. It has been happening. In 2015, before Nigeria came into under this witchcraft government, in 2015, Nigeria took the step. When they elected Jonathan, it was one step forward. When they elected these nomadic Fulanis, they take about 100 footsteps backward. And that 100 is like every year, one step is one every year. Every year, one step, every year, one step. So we are saying that Nigeria has gone back to 100 years. And even that 100 years, well, let us not call it 100 years, because the 100 years of Nigeria were good still in 1914 or so. So let us say Nigeria went back to immediately after they dissolved this Eastern Nigeria in 1967 or 1970 or so, 1967, before the war or during the war. When it was dissolved, Nigeria in 2015 went back 50 years backward. You see? So now, what we are saying now is that the people in the Greek, the people of the one that divided you today, South, which is a Biafra land, it is not the tiny thing that has to do with militancy. The militancy is not what we need. Oil bunkering is not what we need. Blowing of pipeline is not what we need. If you know that your strength, if you know that your audacious, if you know that, you know what they call audacious in Igbo, if you have that audacious, bring it to Biafra struggle. That is what we need. It is not time to bunker oil. It is not time to bomb pipeline. It is not time to kidnap foreigners that are working in oil company. It is not time to start to threat and say you will blow pipeline. No, that time has passed. You cannot continue to do that. Channel that your energy. Bring those your machine guns and all that. It is time to fight for Biafra freedom. To be free from Fulani and nomadic Fulani herdsmen. It is also time to protect your land against terrorists. It is time to use your weapons. The men, it is time to use your weapon to protect your women, your children against Fulani terrorist group, because they are coming. They are coming to your places. They are coming to your cities. They are coming to your town, to your villages. They are going to be killing your women, your men, your children. It is time the men, the Niger Delta men, it is time you use your weapon to protect people in your region, because they are coming. What I am expecting from you people is that, because at least as of today, we are still having South and Southeast. When they went to Delta State to kill people and kill, and they are accompanied by soldiers, you people should have just take your weapon and go there and clear all of them. That is what you should be doing. It is called self-defense and retaliation. You don't just wait and start minding only bunkering oil and using flying boats to go and kidnap people in Niger Delta. Meanwhile, your people are being killed. And I must commend the South governors for setting up this regional security outfit today, since the Southeast governor have turned to woman rapper. They have turned to what we call woman rapper. That the presidency, because of their greed for political power, they have turned to woman rapper, that they have to be writing letter upon letter going to Aso Rock, because some of you are looking to become governor or looking to become president, that it can never happen in Nigeria. And you are sabotaging every effort, including the security of life and property of your people. And you call yourself governor. The governors of the Governor Forum, the Southeast Governor Forum, you people have disgraced and disappointed us. And it is time will be coming harder on you. If you do not retract, if you do not take your step back, that all you do is to consultation, do meeting with IG of police, do this, do that, and you go to Aso Rock to start licking the shoe of these people, this nomadic Fulani. Meanwhile, other governors are action. They are setting up security outfits. The South, if you people are not aware, South Governors Forum today adopted regional security. Regional security. Governor Omahe of Ebonyi State, you are disappointing us. You are disappointing us. And one thing you should know is that the governorship is temporal. Governor, even though you have done tremendously well in Ebonyi State in infrastructure, developing the state, the security aspect of this, you are failing. You are failing. You cannot continue to lick the shoe of presidency and to sabotage the security and life of your people of Biafra land, the Southeast people, and you people will go and start having meeting with IG of police. How many of you now hear that the Inspector General of Police was with this South governors today when they adopted national the security, regional security? You want to be the good boy. You want to be the good politician that the North will trust. You think they trust anybody from Biafra land? You think they trust anybody, including you, Governor Mahi? You think they trust anybody? It is time you people change and retract all these things that are so unbelievable, how you run security system in Biafra land. First of all, you went and started having security meeting with the North. What the hell? You went and started having security meeting with people who are killing your people. People who are supporting and sponsoring terrorists, who are arming Fulani herdsmen. First of all, they tell every Biafran to surrender their arm. They tell every Nigeria, when these people started, they tell everybody to, and we read the history of the country that have done similar thing, how it ended. That immediately any government is telling you to surrender your arm, it means they are planning something against the people. If they tell you surrender your arm, it means the government is planning something to annihilate some ethnic group. That is why they tell you to surrender your arm, and people foolishly surrender their arm. Now, look at Fulanis. They carry arm. This is not something that is not an allegation. It is not like alleged. It is not something that they are hiding. They carry AK-47 with their cow, and the governors, all you do is to do meeting upon meeting upon meeting. Meanwhile, you are doing meeting. The Yoruba governors set up regional security outfit. Now you are doing meeting, calling and inviting Inspector General of Police. The South governors have already constituted their own security outfit. You are doing meeting. The North have already set up their own security outfit. You are doing meeting because you are looking at 2023 that will never come. If you think 2023 is going to come, you are living in full paradise. Because you are not sure of 2023, whether it will come. And you are here already trading the life of your people. You do meeting. All of you, the governors of Southeast Nigeria, you are beginning to disappoint us. And believe me, Ohaneze, if Ohaneze can, at the end of the day, if Nyawodo today, speaking in the manner and tone he's speaking now, your own is small. Because Nyawodo, according to them, were alleged to he went and started kneeling down. Somebody was saying it. A prominent northern politician was saying that Nyawodo came and knelt down and begged for presidency. And if Nyawodo has went to the north and begged for presidency, kneeling down, a whole Nyawodo, today, you have seen that they are saboteurs. You have seen that they have these people can never be trusted, and he is speaking in a different language now. Nyawodo of Ohaneze Ndibo. And today, Ohaneze is gradually taking stand on behalf of people of Biafra, which is what we have expected them to do from the beginning. But because they have disgraced themselves, they have reduced themselves to zero by going to the north, running from pillar to pole, trying to please these Fulani nomadic people. But now Ohaneze have seen that probably what we are shouting is true. They cannot throw these people. And now they are touring different parts with the Southeast governor. Before, you people were eating and dining. And now, the other governors are taking decisive decision to end the threat in their land. And you, governor of Ebonyi State, governor of Enugu State, governor of Anambra State, governor of Abia State, governor of Imo State, you people are disgracing and disappointing Biafrans. Igbo people, Igbo speaking state, according to them, like I have said, there is nobody is Igbo man. Igbo speaking state, you people are disappointing us. And we are still giving you time to change from your evil and cluelessness behavior and adopt regional security, the police, the community policing can never be accepted in Biafra land. But if you people want to invite crisis, this peace now that everybody is enjoying, I'm not talking about Fulani. If you people want to invite crisis in Biafra land, you will all live there to be part of the crisis. Because a child that says his mother will not sleep should be ready to stay awake. That is the word I am giving to the governors of Biafra land, Southeast governors today. A child, if you people say we cannot have peace in Biafra land and you are sabotaging the security of life and property of people in Igbo-speaking state, believe me, none of you will have peace. None of you, the governors will have peace. Let me continue. The education, now I want to tell you the cities. I want to tell you the cities and towns that we had then in eastern region of Nigeria that made up Biafra. And I'm only going to pick one city today. One city. We have so many of them. We have Abakaliki, we have Abakaliki, Abonema, Ahoda, Oka, Borisiti, Buguma, Calabar, Eket, Enugu, Iguruta, Ikota Basi, Ikota Ekpene, Nnewi, Nsukka, Omoku, Onitsha, Opobo, Olo, Owerri, Port Harcourt, Umuahia, Uyo, Yenogwa, Itu, and Orom. Now, I'm going to pick only one. I'm going to pick the one I called Opobo, because yesterday I made a comment and asked question about, most of you don't even know who is King Jaja of Opobo. So because of that comment I made yesterday, I'm going to pick one of this town, which is Eastern region, Biafra. Now, I will pick Opobo. Let us see what Opobo have to say. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. Opobo is a city-state in the southern region of Nigeria. The state was founded in 1870. Are you hearing me? The state was founded in 1870. A greater part of the city-state is still referred to as Opobo in Rivers State today. Biafra, Rivers State, Biafra, Rivers State, Eastern region, Rivers State, Biafra. Now, I will continue. Opobo is made up of several islands and communities, mainly Opobo town, also called Opuboama. Queenstown. How many of, look at the name. Look at the beautiful name. Look at the beautiful name. They call it Queenstown. Today, do you have anything like Queenstown? Do you know, do you still have this Queenstown in existence? Look at the name. This thing I'm telling you now is in 1970. Look at in 1870. Look at the name. Queenstown, Kalasunju, Oloma, Ayamima, Iloma, Minima, Okpukpo, Iwoma, Ekereburukri, Kalaibiama, and Epelema, while a part of the city-state is now in Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom State, Biafra. Akwa Ibom State, Eastern region. Are you hearing that? Now, this has connected Rivers State and Akwa Ibom State. These two states belong to Biafra. Are you hearing that? This is history. It is not me making it up. This is history. Now, this Akwa Ibom State made up of Ikot Abasi, Kampa. Did you hear that? Okay. Let us go a little bit further. Because this King Jaja of Opobo, for example, a lot of people know, if it's something that you, even though they wipe out history in schools, this King Jaja of Opobo were taught. at some point in secondary schools, in history or secondary, whether it is history or some, but I believe it was taught. Now, Opobo originally Opoboama, named after a Bonny king, Opobo the Great. And this history is in eastern region of Nigeria called Biafra. Was the east of the kingdom of Bonny. Today, you know where Bonny is located. And those of them in Bonny will be claiming, oh, we are not Biafra. We are not Biafra. This is Biafra. Bonny, both Bonny and Opobo are the same origin. In Ibibi man, an Ibibi man turned Ibane called Jubora, known as Jaja to Europeans. Let the Anna people, Anna Pele house, Warri. Are you hearing that? Warri is eastern region of Nigeria. Warri is Biafra. This, I am establishing this fact for those of you who are always ignorant to claim that Warri is not Biafra. Listen to this history and feed yourself with life and let this history germinate in your life. Thank you, Arabella Simon. I see you. Thank you for watching me. Now, in 1870, Jaja arrived in Opobo from Bonny, moving due to a dispute with Chief Okojumbo, the leader of the rival Manila Pepele family, Wari. Jaja was accommodated by the Nkoro leader, King Popo, and formed what he called Kingdom of Opobo, which he named after Amanyanabo Opobo Pele Perekule, the great Epepul king in Bonny that reigned from 1792 to 1830. Juboa became involved in palm oil trading with Europeans. He started a trading post at Opobo town, close to Ikot Abasi, 4 miles southwest of the Opobo River. The European traders called him King Jaja. Juboha was never on good terms with Ngwa people in the north. Where is Ngwa located today? Ngwa is in Abia State. Ngwa is in Abia State, or is he not in Abia State? Today, Ngwa. He was never in good terms with Ngwa people to the north. Anang and the Ibibio to the east. Remember that when I started this history, I told you that the major ethnic group in Biafra land was the Igbo speaking, the Ijaw, and the Ibibio. I told you that. Now, to the east, as Jaja declared himself as the middleman in palm oil trading, thus asking them to stop trading directly with the Europeans. You see how the problem started? King Jaja of Opobo, now as he came in, he hijacked, just like what these people, when Atsaridu Kuba was saying, Igbo people, you are slave, you are slave. What an ignorant statement. What an ignorant statement that is not supposed to be coming from somebody like Asaridu Kuba. That Igbos were slave, Igbos were this to them. Now, listen to this. The Jaja declared himself as middleman in palm oil trading, thus asking them to stop trading directly with Europeans. This resulted in a war. Ikot Udo Obong War. Have you ever heard about this war called Ikot Udo Obong War? Between Jaja and the Anang and the Ibuno people, as recorded by Nan. In 1887, he was deceived when he was told to go and negotiate with the Queen of England by the British and sent on exile to St. Vincent in the West Indies. This is the thing that you people should know. Now, in Opobo Kingdom, there is something very important that I want you people to know today. In Opobo Kingdom, there is something that are called the taboo. Something that are taboo. I want to mention few taboo you have in Opobo Kingdom. Dogs are not allowed in Opobo Kingdom. Dogs. Today, they have defiled everything. Some of them even eat dogs. But then, dogs were not allowed in Opobo Kingdom. The tradition, which has its roots in ancient times, is one of the most important taboo the people of its coastal town hold onto. While the people are free to bring in dog meat to eat in their homes whenever they feel like, they are not allowed to keep dog as pets or bring such into the community. For those who flout the grand rule, the penalty is usually grave. This is in Opobo. In addition, in Opobo, one is not allowed to shoot a gun. Also, individuals are forbidden from wearing caps while passing through the gateway, linking one compound to another. In Opobo, and all this were in Biafra land. Another taboo, sorry. Another taboo is noise making, pounding, and quarreling at night is forbidden in Opobo Kingdom. So, when we are talking about Biafra, some of you who don't know anything about history, we come to say, Ijo nation this, Ijo nation that. That should end. If you see anybody telling you Ijo this, Worry this, Ibibio this, tell them, refer them to go to history, because a lot of lies has been told. And most of the people peddling this lie don't even know that the information are available publicly. And somebody say King Opobo is from Olu. It can never be ruled out. So, also, before I go, Nigeria military today came to say that they did not recruit Boko Haram members. I have posted a video on my wall. Go and check the video. Like I said, if they deny they have not recruited Boko Haram members because America is putting pressure on them, and now they have placed a bounty of $7 million on Sheku's head. And they are now, because of that, they are running from pillar to pole. They want to tell the world that they did not recruit Boko Haram. We have what we call classified information obtained from Nigerian military, proving that they have recruited Boko Haram members, and we are challenging them. We will challenge them when the time comes. When they say they do not recruit Boko Haram, Nigerian military have recruited Boko Haram members, and like I said, we have classified information, authentic information, proving that they have recruited Boko Haram members, and Boko Haram members are now serving in Nigerian military. And the point is that another thing I have to tell you this evening is that Nigeria is irredeemable. Those of you supporting one Nigeria, it is only about time. It is just a matter of time. If you are not killed in that one Nigeria, you will have the reason to repent and support the agitation of Biafra freedom. And the biggest message I want to pass out today is to people in Niger Delta. The militancy you are doing is rubbish. It is of no use. Channel your militancy power experience to the disintegration of Nigeria so that you will not continue to carry gun and run from one bush to another all your life. So that your places in Niger Delta, in Bayelsa State will be developed. So that no military man will come with pump action, with AK-47, with machine gun, with gun truck to come and raise your family and raise your community and burn them into ashes like they are doing today. Join Biafra agitation so that your children can go to good schools and be educated and you can live in a good environment. Join Biafra agitation so that your life will be meaningful, so that you will have a sane society to live in. Join Biafra agitation with your skills you have obtained for being a militant. Join Biafra agitation so that you will not continue to carry gun and live like criminal all your life. Join Biafra agitation so that when Biafra is actualized, you will have total control over your natural resources and you can develop your land, your Ijaw nation, to be better than Dubai with your oil money. We are not interested in it. There is going to be democracy through federalism or whatever it is going to be called. And it is something that will sit on that table. Every region will control their natural resources, and that is it. Join Biafra agitation today, you that is now an active MEND member, carrying gunboat, carrying gun and trying to hunt people or trying to see where you are going to blow oil pipeline, trying to see where to bunker oil. Join Biafra agitation so that you can't live that life anymore. It is time. We will talk sense to you people until you realize that what you are gaining from being in Nigeria today is like a dog eating bone. They throw bone to you, you will be running around and thinking that you have food to eat. Meanwhile, it is a bone without meat that you are eating. Not only that they throw the bone to you, you will carry gun, buy ammunition, import ammunition, take risk, and become hardened criminal to be able to eat bone, not even meat. And it is time for you to put those experiences you have gathered as a militant and join Biafra struggle to liberate your people, to disintegrate Nigeria and leave oil bunkering and criminality. Thank you, and see you again tomorrow. For those of you that I didn't mention your name today, come on time tomorrow when I'm going to be live. God bless you and have a wonderful night. Share this video, tag your friends, download it, spread it, let it go far. And before I go, for those of you who are asking questions about when is Biafra coming, if you want to know when is Biafra coming, go and join agitating group, go and join IPOB, go and join Mosob, go and join any group that are genuine, go and join any group that are agitating for Biafra, and you can ask your group leaders when is Biafra coming. You don't come online and start talking, because most of you are agents, most of you are hired agent by Fulanis, most of you are even Fulani. You change your name and come to Facebook just to make some comments that can demoralize people and all that. But we are more than that. We have gone far with this agitation. This kind of comment doesn't move us. It is only people who are just coming in to know what is going on that the comment can touch. But those of us, it cannot touch us. And any kind of comment you bring, we are going to trash it with a very reasonable argument. So if you want to know when Biafra is coming, go and join agitating group And those of you who are responding to this kind of people, don't respond to them. When they ask you when is Biafra coming, just tell them go and join a Biafra agitation, and that's it. Good night. Thank you. See you tomorrow.